Hello. This says I'm live. Y'all can let me know. Ooh, what's happening? Don't know. It's okay. We're not going to worry about it. Hello, hello. How are you guys? That's going to bother me. It's going to flash the whole time because of the LED lights. Let me go turn that off. Now the flashy disco thing's not happening. It doesn't happen like normally, but on camera it does that. And mine are not the only ones. Tony was talking about it on her channel whenever she was decorating. Some of hers were doing it. It's the LEDs. They do it. I don't know why cameras don't like them. Wow, what is happening with you? Yes, you need washed. Okay, it's fine. It's been a couple days. So, I want to get started with there's nobody new that has asked for prayer. So, and most of you have written down everybody. So, oh, the lights, yeah. They were just, whoa, bright. Like, no. They had nerves issues. They were nervous. The other ones are flashing because they are like dancing lights, but they're not like nervous. They're not nervous lights. But there's been no new prayer requests, which is a good thing because that means hopefully that nothing more has happened. I know that there's different things. I got my book over Thanksgiving for the January study. Something that I got in an email today. There is this company or a website or whatever. It's called BookBub. BOOKBUB, I think is how it is. Anyway, if you sign up for their emails, they'll send you an email each day telling you whenever they have books on Amazon and the different digital books. Okay, your hemoglobin is dropping again. Okay, well, I still have you in my prayer book. I haven't changed that. So, but yeah, we do need to keep you in prayer for sure because of that. And if anybody else has any more prayer requests or anything else that we need to write down, go ahead and let us know. But it's called BookBub. I want to say that is proper one. But they'll send you a little an email each day. Yes, that's what it is. Telling you about any books that are on sale on Amazon. Yeah, Amy, I have that one. Okay, you have on Friday. It would have been my daughter's. Oh, I'm sorry, Carol. Let me write that down. But anyway, the book. Well, actually, let me just talk about this because I'm thinking about it. Today. Jeff and I had to run to Walmart, and because our truck, y'all know we've been having issues with our truck. It's an older truck. We've had it for 15 years. It's been a very good truck, and after a certain amount of time, everything starts falling apart. Y'all know that. Y'all know you have to fix things. You have to repair things. Even if you keep it in tip-top shape and you do all of the maintenance, things will start breaking. Well, our air conditioner quit. We live in Alabama, and even in December, sometimes you need an air conditioner, which we've been fine without it, but it quit a couple weeks ago or something like that. So Jeff found out exactly what he needed to fix it, and which we ended up having to order a part. long story short, we had to go somewhere today. I was planning on staying home today and fixing us lunch before he went to work. But he since we had to do that, we went to Chick-fil-A. Okay. All of that to say, the man who is there, he's always at this one Chick-fil-A that we go to. He is one of the ones, I don't know if every Chick-fil-A does this or not, because I haven't been inside many of them. But not to sit down and eat. But he is an older gentleman who comes around and he'll, get you refills. He'll give you ketchup or whatever you might need. Crackers for your salad, just all that kind of stuff. And he's always there, and he's just super, well, during the day, which we don't even go over there in the evenings. But he's really nice. But he lost his brother last night. He had been battling a sickness. I don't know the gentleman's name. I've never gotten his name because he's too fast to even really. I mean, he's taking care of everybody, but I heard him. I actually overheard him talking to someone else, and so just remember him. I don't know his name though, but God does. God will know who the older Chick-fil-A gentleman is. So he lost his brother last night, and he seemed to be handling it well, and they knew that it was going to happen. So, but either way, losing a loved one is hard, no matter when or what. But back to the book bub thing, so I can tell y'all, so I can get on with the other things, because I keep getting sidetracked today. It's if you sign up for it, you can put in like what genre of books you like to read and all that stuff. They will send you an email and tell you about all the different digital deals that are going on. Right now, the Bible study, the actual original study that we're going to start in January, for the digital one for Kindle, I think it's either $2.99 or $1.99. So if you have not gotten it and you have a Kindle app and you would like to get it that way, to right now is a good time because it's super cheap. That's when I got mine. So it's a super cheap price. So I just thought I would tell y'all about that. But BookBub, you can get all kinds of sometimes free books, sometimes really cheap books, but they're all digital. They're not paper books. So might be something good to have if you'd like to sign up for it. I can try to figure out. I always do it on my phone, but I can try to figure out. Let me just look it up before I forget. Okay. Get ebook deals. All right. I'll just put it into the description box because I don't. As far as I know, there's no affiliates or anything like that. I don't know. But this is the thing. Just in case y'all want to look into it. There's free books all the time too, which is wild. But anyway, another thing I know several days ago, and I don't think Selena watches my videos. I don't think she does. I don't think she ever has. But if she does, I don't care because I'm not saying anything that I wouldn't say to her. But on one of my videos recently, I had said that she had stopped talking to us. And she had stopped talking to us. The last time she talked to me had been Sunday was 2 weeks ago. For Jeff, Sunday was a week. I believe it was. Or maybe no. Might have been 3 weeks. Anyway, it'd been a while since she had talked to either one of us. I think she did reply to him a week day before yesterday. Anyway, today, when we have periodically tried to contact her, which I had told her the last time I talked to her that I was going to let her alone and I would wait for her, which was very hard. And I did try to call her one time. So I broke my word, I guess. It didn't matter. She didn't answer. But today, her daddy called her again and he sent her a text. She did not answer. But later on, she sent us a group text between me, him, and her. And I don't know if it's opening up communication again. I'm hopeful that it will. But she said some things that I already knew. I know she's dealing with anxiety and depression. I know she's dealing with different things. I believe that the enemy is lying to her and making her think things that are not true. I know that. I know that that is what is happening because I feel like she has walked away from God. Or I know, well, from things she said, she's walked away from God. So the enemy is fighting my baby. The enemy is leading her into a place that none of us want our children to go. None of us want anyone to go. And pulling her away from us. But Jeff and I have decided we're just going to make sure that anytime she does contact us, that we love on her, that we show her we're not mad at her, because she said that she knew we were mad at her, and he and I both told her, no, we're not mad at you. We're mad at the situation, but not at you, because we know she is not the one who caused her to, she's not the one that made it's the lies, it's tricks of the devil that has caused her to leave and to think things that are not true. So just keep her in your prayers, keep us in your prayers. Thanksgiving was extremely hard. The holidays have been extremely hard on me and Jet. Well, all three of us that are here at home. I don't really know about her because she hasn't talked about it. Jeff asked her, did she have a good Thanksgiving? And she said she guessed so. But it's like different than the book typo. Oh, are the questions on Kindle different than the book? No. The questions on the Kindle book is exactly like the regular book, the paper book. Now I don't know if there's a Kindle version of the workbook. I'm not talking about the workbook. I'm talking about the regular book. The workbook is, I don't know if it's on sale or not, but I know the regular book is on Kindle. But the regular book and the Kindle book are exactly the same, at least they're supposed to be. But anyway, we're having a difficult time. I'm having an extremely difficult time. Like, there were times where I didn't want to decorate for Christmas, but that is something I have enjoyed since I can remember. I have always enjoyed decorating my house for Christmas. I have always enjoyed our traditions. Some of the traditions we had before we had children, and I keep having to remind myself that it's okay to do these traditions even without her, because one, if I did not do them, it would be cheating myself and punishing myself. Two, it will be punishing Jeff and Noah as well. So I do have times, there's days whenever I am just like, I'm a wreck. I'm a complete wreck for part of the time. It usually hits me later in the evening when I'm sitting doing nothing, or, just sitting at my desk watching YouTube or something. I will get completely distracted with my thoughts and not even know what the video I have watched, what the person has said. So, we're okay. I have tools that I have learned over the years to help me. I have never seen Jeff as broken as he is right now. And Noah is angry. And we don't know how Selena is other than what she tells us. We don't know really how she is. But anyway, I didn't plan on getting on here talking about this. That wasn't what I didn't even think about it. I just started talking about it. But anyway, she did talk to us today, which is an answer to prayers. And I think that's part of the reason why I wanted to tell you, is because it is an answer to prayer. And I do keep you guys, I try to keep you updated, but I don't want you to be worried about me or Jeff or Noah, because we're okay, but we are still hurting. So I just wanted y'all to know that. And I am very grateful for your support and your love that you've given me. There's so many of you that have told me stories of how you've gone through similar things, or how that even though you haven't gone through that kind of thing, you can relate, you can understand. And feeling like you're not alone helps so much. And knowing that you guys are praying for us, you just don't understand how extremely grateful I am for that, because there's been times through this that I have felt alone. Even though I know for a fact there's a lot of families that deal with this. There's a lot of families that go through it a lot. So I just want you guys to know I am grateful. And I am going to keep you updated anytime that something is going on like this. But I know that I had said it was just a few days ago that she was not talking to us. And then today she does. And I think part of the reason why she did is because we didn't give up. We didn't just let her go and not say a word to her. Because I feel like if we just did not say anything to her, then she would just think, oh, well, they don't really care about me. All the lies that Satan is telling her would be confirmed, even though they're not true. If you, I know you understand what I'm saying, but we're making sure we're gonna keep having our faith is in God, and we're going to keep trusting Him to bring her out of this and to bring her. I mean, I don't think she's in a dangerous place, nothing like that. I think she's actually with someone who is very. He seems to be very stable and responsible, and he loves her, and things like that. It's not ideal, it's not what we want for our child, but it's just the way it is. So anyway, I'm going to get on to the study. After reading this, I kind of wish, which now I've talked forever, but I kind of wish after reading it, I was like, oh, well, maybe I should have said more than just 2 chapters, because these are pretty, I feel like, short. There's not, we'll just get into it. But we're doing chapters 3 and 4 in 2 Samuel. And y'all go ahead, because you know I'm going to ask. Go ahead and let me know if you want to. Which one? Do you want to do 5 and 6, or do you want to do more than that? So let's just go ahead and think about that a little bit while we're doing this. But like we always do, I'm going to just read, and then, I stop at different times. One thing is, with this part, we don't really know how long that David has been king at this point when the Civil War is happening. But it starts off with 6 wives. 6. Why? Why does a man need more than one? I just don't get it. And I know that back then it was a thing, but 6 wives? I mean, come on. How can you support them all? I don't care if you're king or not. That's a little... How can you give them all the attention that they deserve? I don't know. Anyways, I know that marriage was a complete different thing back then, and things were different. I think that it wouldn't have been my cup of tea. But let me get started. We're chapter 3. During the long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, David was growing stronger and the house of Saul was becoming weaker. I didn't actually go over anything that we talked about before, but we know that Saul had one son that did, that's way too many wives. Yeah. Saul had one son that did live, and he became king because of Abner. I can't think of his name right now, and I know his name. I have it written down somewhere over here. Maybe I don't. What? Why don't I have it? Okay. I guess I was more focused on other things. But anyways, we'll get to him. his name. I just can't think of it right now for whatever crazy reason. I couldn't. There's too many husbands. Too many. No. Mm-mm. Nah. Mm-mm. I don't care about that. No. No, no, no. That's crazy. But the thing is, this is not all of his wives he's gonna have, though. Y'all know he's gonna have more. But what was his name? Now I gotta figure it out. Uh, No, no, Ishbosheth. Yes, Ishbosheth was Saul's son who lived, and he became king. And okay, so let's keep going. During the long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, David was growing stronger, and the house of Saul was becoming weaker. Sons were born to David in Hebron. His firstborn was Amnon by Ahinoam. That's wife number one. And remember, he did have Micah at McCall. How do you say her name? I know that it's going to be in here too. But listen, I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyways, first child was Amnon by Ahinoam, the Jezreelite. His second was Chileab by Abigail, the widow of Nabal, the Carmelite. The third was Absalom, son of Maacah, the daughter of King Ptolemy of Geshur. The fourth was Adonijah, son of Haggith. The fifth was Shephatiah. I may be saying it wrong, way wrong probably. Son of Abital. And the sixth was Ephraim by David's wife Eglah. And I noticed in here that like one of the ladies is the widow, which we knew about her. There's another one that was a princess, King Ptolemy of Geshur. So there's 6 wives there. Why? I don't know. I don't know. But that's a whole lot of wives. These were born to David in Hebron. During the war between the house of Saul and the house of David, Abner kept acquiring more power in the house of Saul. Now Saul had a concubine whose name was Rizpah. Saul, a daughter of I guess it's Ai. How do you say it? I don't know. And Ishbosheth questioned Abner, "Why did you sleep with my father's concubine?" So, Ishbosheth is the king. These names, y'all. Why can't they be Rick and Joe? And Ishbosheth was the king now, Saul's son, and Abner was his military leader. He was a guide. He was someone who helped him plan things like that. He's the one who set him up in the kingdom. He's the one that said, "Okay, you're the king," So Abner was let's see. He was becoming more powerful, but Ishbosheth was asking him, "Why have you been with my father's concubine?" Well, first of all, why did Saul have a concubine? He probably had 14 wives too. I don't know. I'm just joking about that part. But Abner was very angry with Ishbosheth's accusation. "Am I a dog's head who belongs to Judah?" he asked. "All this time I've been loyal to the family of your father Saul, to his brothers and to his friends, and I haven't betrayed you to David. But now you accuse me of wrongdoing with this woman. May God punish Abner and do so severely if I don't do for David what the Lord swore to him." So what he's saying is, you're accusing me of something I didn't do. Why are you doing this? And then he says, "I'm going to go help David." That's the way it sounds to me. Now, I could be wrong, but that's the way it sounds, that he is going to be loyal to David, which we know he does go to David. We'll read a little bit more about that, though. But Ishbosheth was accusing him of a falsehood from what he says. Why he did it, I don't know. I believe God had a hand in it because we know that David is the anointed one, not Ishbosheth. Let's see. let's see, I already read that. To transfer the kingdom from the house of Saul and establish the throne of David over Israel and Judah from Dan to Beersheba. Ishbosheth did not dare respond to Abner because he was afraid of him. So he was afraid of his right hand man. He was afraid of him because actually Ishbosheth was a sickly person from what the Bible says. Um he wasn't well. Abner sent messengers as his representatives to say to David, "Whose land is it? Make your covenant with me, and you can be certain I am on your side to turn Israel over to you." David replied, "Good, I will make covenant with you. However, there's one thing I require of you. You will not see my face unless you first bring Saul's daughter Michal when you come to see me." Then David sent messengers to say to Ishbosheth, son of Saul, "Give me back my wife, Michal. I was engaged to her for the price of 100 Philistine foreskins." Y'all remember that he went, Saul said, "If you bring me the foreskins of the Philistines, you can have my daughter." Well, he did it double, I believe is what it was. And she was to be his wife. And it says that she was his wife, which, from what I understand, in that time, once you were betrothed, even though you had not had the marriage ceremony or the wedding ceremony and all this stuff, I think that you were considered married, even though you weren't actually married yet, even though you hadn't gone through the motions of marriage, from what I understand. So maybe the marriage was never consummated. We don't, we don't know about that part, but we know that Saul had taken Michal away and given her to someone else. So then David sent messengers to say that, I already read that. Nope, I didn't read that. To Ishbosheth, son of Saul, give me back. Oh, I did read that. I did. I'm so sorry. Maybe I need to put a thing there. Today I'm very, all over the place. So Ishbosheth sent someone to take her away from her husband, Paltiel, son of Laish. Her husband followed her weeping all the way to Bahurim. Abner said to him, "Go back." So he went back. So her husband wanted his wife. And I really feel sorry for this man because she had been given to him as a wife, and then she's taken away because she's going to her rightful husband, her first husband, where she was supposed to be. Saul did wrong by taking her away. I'm pretty sure this girl was so messed up. I'm sure that she was so confused and so hurt and just probably felt like she wasn't really loved by her father, by her brother, by maybe even her husband for him not fighting for her. But then again, it seems as though David was fighting for her. And I think I had made the remark that I don't know why he wouldn't have, fought for her. But then verse 17. Abner conferred with the elders of Israel. In the past, you wanted David to be king over you. Now take action because the Lord has spoken concerning David. Through my servant David, I will save my people Israel from the power of the Philistines and the power of all Israel's enemies. Abner also informed the Benjaminites and went to Hebron to inform David about all that was agreed on by Israel and the whole house of Benjamin. When Abner and 20 men came to David at Hebron, David held a banquet for him and his men. So David is happy with Abner. He's happy that Abner has finally seen the error of his ways and that he is now doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's doing what he should have been doing. David has no quarrel with Abner. He has no problems with him. He is reconciling, I guess is what you could say. So he has a banquet for him and his men. Abner said to David, "Let me now go, and I will gather all Israel to my lord the king. They will make a covenant with you, and you will reign over all you desire." So David dismissed Abner, and he went in peace. So he went on a mission. He went on his quest to do what the king had required of him, what he should have done before, instead of setting up a different king. Just then David's soldiers and Joab returned from the raid and brought a large amount of plundered goods with them. We got to remember who Joab is. Joab was the brother of Asahel. Yeah, that's right. I got it in my notes. Asahel. And Abner had killed Asahel because Abner kept telling him, go away, get back. They were in a battle. They were fighting against each other. I believe that Abner was trying to give this young boy a chance, or this young man a chance to save his own life and not be killed. Maybe he knew he was stronger than him. So Abner did what any soldier would do whenever he's fighting. He killed his enemy. Well, Joab had promised revenge. He was going to avenge his brother's death. Abner was not with David in Hebron because David had dismissed him and he had gone in peace. So he wasn't there, but Joab, well, let me just keep going. When Joab and his whole army arrived, Joab was informed Abner, son of Ner, came to see the king, and the king dismissed him, and he went in peace. So I was about to say this, but I hadn't read it yet, so I decided to wait. But he was told, hey, the guy that killed your brother has been here, and the king has let him go. He's not stopped him. He's not put him in prison. He's not killed him himself. He let him go. He's over there working for the king now. So Joab went to the king and said, what have you done? Look here, Abner came to you. Why did you dismiss him? Now he's getting away. You know that Abner, son of Ner, came to deceive you and to find out about your military activities and everything you're doing. Then Joab left David and sent messengers after Abner. They brought him back from the well of Sirah, but David was unaware of it. So we don't really know what Joab said. He might have said, hey, the king wants you back. You better come back. The king needs you. Well, we don't know what he said, but either way, he lured him back to Hebron. When Abner returned to Hebron, Joab pulled him aside to the middle of the city gate as if to speak to him privately, and there Joab stabbed him in the stomach. He didn't give him a chance to say anything. He didn't give him a chance to fight back. He didn't give him a chance to do anything. He just stabbed him. So Abner died in revenge of the death of Asahel, Joab's brother. David heard about it later and said, I and my kingdom are forever innocent before the Lord concerning the blood of Abner, son of Ner. May it hang over Joab's head and his family, and his father's whole family. And may the house of Joab never be without someone who has a discharge or a skin disease, or a man who can only work a spindle, or someone who falls by the sword or starves. Joab and his brother Abishai killed Abner because he had put his brother Asahel to death in the battle of Gibeon. So he's saying, there's a curse going to be on your family, your whole father's family, for the rest of the generations. David then ordered Joab and all the people who were with him, tear your clothes, put on sackcloth, and mourn over Abner. And the king walked behind the coffin. Usually, whenever they were mourning, that's what they did. They tore their clothes, they put on sackcloth, they would put ashes on them. They walked behind the coffin out of respect and mourning for the dead, if they respected that person. When they buried Abner in Hebron, the king wept aloud at Abner's tomb. All the people wept, and the king sang a lament for Abner. Should Abner die as a fool dies? Your hands were not bound, your feet not placed in bronze shackles. You fell like one who falls victim to criminals. And all the people wept over him even more. So what he's saying is, this is a criminal act. Then they came to urge David to eat food while it was still day, but David took an oath. May God punish me and do so severely if I taste bread or anything else before sunset. All the people took note of this, and it pleased them. In fact, everything the king did pleased them. On that day, all the troops and all of Israel were convinced that the king had no part in the killing of Abner, the son of Ner. So they didn't think, oh, well, David was behind this. Even though Joab think, probably lured him back in the king's name. Then the king said to his soldiers, "You must know that a great leader has fallen in Israel today." So he still respected Abner, even though he had betrayed him before. I think that David was a very compassionate person. I believe that he could see the good in people, even though they were doing wrong. He could see that they were somehow lost. And I believe that we need to be that way. We need to, even though somebody is not doing everything like they should, we need to see that they are lost. They are not following God's way. And he knew that Abner was not following God's way. Thankfully, Abner, before he died, you could say he repented. He had started doing what he should be doing. Now, I'm not saying that that made everything right with God. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying that he was trying to do right before he died. And he died in a way that's shameful. He shouldn't have been killed. Yes, he did kill someone's brother, but it was in a battle. It was not. That's just like if there's a war going on and someone kills somebody and then they go back later on and one of the family members goes and says, "Hey, you killed my brother." Well, hey, we were in a war. He was going to kill me if I didn't kill him. That's the whole situation. It's me or you. That's the way it goes. War and murder are very different. Exactly, Donna. They are very different. What Joab did is murder. What Abner did was war. It was wartime killing, and that's completely different. As for me, even though I am the anointed king, I have little power today. These men, the sons of Zeruiah, are too fierce for me. May the Lord repay the evildoer according to his evil. So he's saying, whatever evil these people have done, may God do this to them. May God repay them as much as what they have done. So I feel like we can learn a lot from the forgiveness that David had for Abner, because he knew that Abner had done him wrong. He knew that Abner had been on the opposite side. But Abner was, I feel, misguided himself, because Saul was king. But I don't think Abner saw that he wasn't anointed by God anymore, that God had taken that anointing away. And he thought he was honoring his king. And then whenever the new king, even though he wasn't really king, started saying, thankfully that went off and I don't feel like I have to scream as much. Y'all, the air conditioner's on because we're in Alabama. But anyway, I have new roses, y'all, blooms. But anyways, I feel like that Abner had seen the error of his ways, and he was trying to mend those ways, and he was on the road to doing that. And I feel like that David had forgiven him, and David had seen that he was a mighty warrior. He had probably seen that from before, because Abner had been Saul's armor bearer, I believe. No, not armor bearer. Anyway, his war chief, something, I can't think. Your heater's on because it's about to snow. I don't know what that is. Y'all, we don't hardly ever get snow in Alabama. Whenever we do, people get crazy. They start wrecking. We get a storm of just a lot of rain and people start acting stupid. But yeah, snow is very, very slim around here. But it happens sometimes. Just not very often. It doesn't stick around very long. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, right now it's 78 degrees. Is that right? No, it's 79. Yeah. And it's going to be nighttime soon. That's all right. That's the way Alabama is. I wouldn't want to be in a lot of snow. I'm just not used to that. I could probably live in it. I could adapt, but yeah, I don't want to. But anyway, let's go ahead to chapter 4. I'm sorry, y'all. I try not to yawn when I'm filming. If I do, I cut it out. Now I'm going to yawn in front of y'all. Okay. Noah said whenever I get here in front of, like when I'm sitting here at my desk, that I get too relaxed. That's why I start yawning. I don't know if it's true. But anyway, chapter 4. When Saul's son Ishbosheth heard that Abner had died in Hebron, he gave up, and all Israel was dismayed. So this dude, who was supposed to be the king, he just gave up. And all of Israel that he was supposed to be leading, they're like, what? What happened to our fearless leader? What happened to our king? Well, Abner was holding him up. And I think Ishbosheth saw that. Now, that's just my words. That's my thoughts. You know, you take with it and take it, however you want to. But if he finds out that his right hand man has died after he went and treated him horribly, and he just gives up, so it tells me that he didn't really, have much of a backbone in the beginning. Let's see. Saul's son had two men who were leaders of the raiding parties, one named Bana and the other Rechab or Rechab. I don't really know how to say it. Sons of Rimmon the Beerothite of the Benjaminites. Beeroth is also considered part of Benjamin, and the Beerothites fled to Gittaim and still reside there as aliens today. Saul's son Jonathan had a son whose feet were crippled. He was 5 years old when the report about Saul and Jonathan came from Jezreel. His nanny picked him up and fled, but as she was hurrying to flee, she fell and became lame. His son was Mephibosheth. That is who Jonathan's son was. This is the first time we hear about Jonathan having a child, I believe. Rechab and Bana, the sons of Rimmon the Beerothite, set out and arrived at Ishbosheth's house during the heat of the day while the king was taking his midday nap. Now, these two men are supposed to be followers of Saul. Ishbosheth is Saul's son. They entered the interior of the house as if to get wheat and stabbed him in the stomach. What is up with stabbing folks in the stomach? Then Rechab and his brother Bana escaped. They had entered the house while Ishbosheth was lying on his bed while in his bedroom and stabbed and killed him. They removed his head, took it, and traveled by way of the Arabah all night. They brought Ishbosheth's head to David at Hebron and said to the king, "Here's the head of Ishbosheth, son of Saul, your enemy who intended to take your life. Today, the Lord has granted vengeance to my lord and the king against Saul and his offspring." So these two guys think that they're going to get in good with David, with the king. That's my thought. But David answered Rechab and his brother Bana, sons of Rimmon the Beerothite, "As the Lord lives, the one who has redeemed my life from every distress," he's given God the glory. "When the person told me, 'Look, Saul is dead,' he thought he was a bearer of good news, but I seized him and put him to death in Ziklag. That was my reward to him for his news. How much more when wicked men kill a righteous man in his own house, on his own bed? So now, should I not require his blood from you and purge you from the earth?" So David gave orders to the young men, and they killed Rechab and Bana. They cut off their hands and feet and hung their bodies by the pool in Hebron. But they took Ishbosheth's head and buried him in Abner's tomb in Hebron. Now, burying him with Abner, the man he had betrayed, I was like, why did David do that? Why? I don't know. But I did in my the commentary part of my Bible here, it says, cutting off the killer's hands and feet, the parts of the bodies used in the murder, served as a gruesome way of denouncing their wicked actions and warning anyone else who might think of committing a similar act. David was making it clear to all of Israel that he'd have nothing to do with their deed. So that's a custom that they had. They would cut off their hands and feet because that is how that they had done it. Now, why these two men thought that David would be happy about this, I don't know. Because they should have already known that they weren't happy about Saul's death. They weren't happy about the way that he was, what is the word? He was disrespected. They weren't happy about that. Why would they think that David would be happy about his son dying? David was a man of honor. Yes, he would fight and he would kill and he would, he would do things that needed to be done in the name of righteous war, I guess is the right, I don't know. But he would not just go kill just because he was trying to. He wouldn't do it for revenge. He would do it because there was a people attacking God's people. He would protect God's people. Why did these people think it was okay to go and murder a man who was misguided, who seems to be a little bit off, in left field a little bit? He wasn't mentally capable of making decisions as a king. And I think that David knew that. I think that David knew that Ishbosheth would not stay king. I don't think he was too worried about him. Is that the right word? No, that's not the right name, is it? Did I say it wrong? No, I did say it right. All right. All these names sometimes confuse me. And then whenever I say it out loud, I second guess. Let's just say that. But I don't know what they would think that was going to do. Would that make them think that the king was going to like them more? That they would get higher in his court? That was going to be... I mean, they were part of Saul's people. They had followed Saul. David had followed Saul. I'm pretty sure they somehow ran into each other at some point, or at least they heard the stories of David. Why would they think something so stupid? It's just stupid to think that they could just go kill this man while he was sleeping. I mean, he didn't have a chance. I wonder, though, why he didn't have some guards. I mean, I don't know how it was back then. I know kings now have guards. Why he would just be alone in his room. Well, then again, they were part of Saul's people, so they probably had free reign to go where they wanted. So that's probably why. They weren't like enemies, even though they were enemies. But what are y'all's thoughts? David wasn't happy about this. He just, not at all, not happy. And whenever David's not happy, he makes sure everybody knows it. And I think something about David is, like, he makes sure that the public knows where his heart is, where his mind is, where he stands. And he made sure that everybody knew he was not okay with the way that Ishbosheth was murdered. I still don't understand why he put his head in with Abner, because Ishbosheth had betrayed Abner. He had accused Abner. And I'm pretty sure he probably knew the story, because I would think, as intelligent as David seems, he would have found out, hey, why are you turning against Ishbosheth now? Why are you coming to me? Why do you want to be on my side now? I would think he would have questioned him. I don't think he would have just let it go. Hi, Terry. But I just think that, there was a reason for everything that happened, but I wonder why he put his head in the tomb with Abner. Is there something here? Let's see. There's a letter there, but I don't know if there's no note. There's no note. What is that for? So I have no clue. Oh, wait. It's over here. 2 Samuel 3:32. That's just going back to where Abner was killed. So that's not a help. Yeah, I want to know why that they would do that. Why David would have his head put there. I wonder if one of my other commentaries would tell me. All right, let me grab this one and let's dig a little. Y'all know me, I want to dig and figure out stuff, even though sometimes I don't. So that would be chapter 4. It doesn't say in here. So this is not going to be a good commentary for that. Let me get another one. Woo, chair going backwards. Y'all be careful. Hold on. We don't know where we're going. All right, let's get over here. Chapter. A little bit more. Can you turn page? Okay. Chapter 4. Okay, nothing in that one. That's Matthew Henry, and he didn't have anything to say about it. Let's see what these guys have to say. There may not be anything. It may just be something we don't need to even worry about. I mean, I'm not worried about it. But I do wonder, some things, why they happen. Why does it work that way? That's just the way I am. All right. Ishbosheth's head was placed in Abner's tomb in Hebron, uniting him with family in death, but also perhaps subtly identifying him with Judah. Okay. Yeah, he was with family that way. Let me see what this commentary says. I can't get it out of the box. Help! Somebody help me get it out of the box. Okay, I got it. All right. 2 Samuel 4. Whoa, too far. 4. Okay, it's just telling me about future things we're going to learn, which is exciting to me because I things are going to happen. But but I don't know why it's telling me that yet. But anyway, no. That's the only one, is this one. It's the Holman Illustrated Bible Commentary. It's the only one that says anything about why that there's possibility, or why he possibly had his head put there, I guess, to be with family. But how was Abner related to Ishbosheth? Now I want to know that. Or was he? it would help if you could spell lady. Okay, there we go. All right, now Abner, son of Ner, was okay. I know that he was the commander of Saul's army. But it doesn't. I don't know. They weren't like related. I don't blood related. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I the only way I know to find out is we dig more, and that's 4 of my commentaries. I think all my other commentaries are online. I'm not sure. I don't think I have any more over there. I may. I have so many different things. I'm going to put them all in one place one day. But yeah, I mean, we don't have to know, but it makes you wonder. Maybe it was just a custom. Maybe it was a tradition. Maybe it's just what they do. Do I have a study Bible over here other than this one? Nope. Okay. So since I don't have another study Bible over here, let me grab one. This one, I think I grabbed the right one. I don't know. This is the archaeological one, so maybe it might tell us something because of, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we find. Looks like not a lot. No, nothing. Oh, boy. Nope, nothing. Not the right one. Okay, what'd you find? They were cousins. Okay. So they buried him with family, I guess. That's what that's what they did a lot. They buried it with family if they could. Um so maybe that's why. I mean, that's what the commentary said. I did not turn you on. My shirt did. Trying to see if I have another commentary over here. I have thesaurus, dictionaries. One day, okay. One day, I'm going to freak y'all out a little bit. I'm going to read to you from the Geneva Bible. The wording in this is so different. Y'all may hate it. I don't know. I love it though. I don't think Donna would like it because I don't think she likes Shakespeare very much or stuff like that. But let's see. There's a commentary in this too. But it says nothing about that. But one of the words that I use all the time, I say brain pan. I got it from this Bible. It means your skull. But I say it all the time because I think it's funny. But yeah, one day maybe I'll read to y'all from this one some just for fun. Just for funsies. Maybe I'll find some things that's fun to read out of there. I don't know. But anyway, so I guess we need to figure out what we're going to do next week. I hope that was a good. I liked to study because it shows us more of David's character. It shows us more of how he was trying to do right. It's not actually Shakespeare. It's actually a 1599 Geneva Bible. It's actually like older than the King James 1611. So a lot of people don't even know about this one, but that face you used. Oh boy. Um, I just like the way it sounds. But okay, so let's figure figure out which ones we want to do. I may not do it because she might freak out and fall over in her chair. We can't have that. I don't know. I like it. Anyway, let's figure out what we're doing next week. We're doing 5 and 6, or let's see. Or do we want to do 5, 6, and 7? Y'all let me know, because I need to write it down. I know we're doing 5. We got to start there. Link the Bible if possible. The Geneva Bible. Okay, I'll try to find it. I bought it from Family Christian. This is the Patriots edition. I don't know. The reason why it's considered that is because it's got the Magna Carta, and let's see what else is in there. Can you please work hands? Please, hands. The Mayflower Compact is in it. The Magna Carta is in it. Let's just go to the table of contents. It will be so much better. 5, 6, and 7. That's 2 of y'all said it. Okay. If nothing else, I can tell y'all the history of the Geneva Bible a little bit. I think the history of the Bible versions is really cool too. Can you just turn pages, lady? No, you can't. Okay. Okay. Well, there's a lot of pages to turn before you get to the table of contents. There's a prayer of George Washington in here. This is what the original, I think, what it looked like. I think that's what that's supposed to be. It's wild. Okay, so that's just the books of the Bible, and it does not tell you what else is in there. Okay, 3 chapters, so 5 through 7. Okay. God knows what for 2 things, actually. Also, anniversaries 8. Oh, happy anniversary! 38 years. Anniversaries are awesome because it means you're still together. All right, the Declaration of Independence is in here too. What else is in here? The Articles of the Confederation and Perpetual Union. Okay. The Constitution's in here. That's why that it's the Patriots version. I mean, I'm pretty sure and there's the amendments in here too. What else is in here? Good grief. I didn't know I had all this. I didn't ever look at the back, or not in a long time. Rules of civility and decent behavior in company and conversation. People need to read this. Let's see. Be no flatterer, neither play with any that delights not to be played withal. Okay, so that's all that's in there. There's a lot in there. But it says on the back, every officer and man should live and act as becomes a Christian soldier, defending the dearest rights and liberties of this country. President George Washington. That's who said that. President George Washington. Okay, so we're going to do 3. Okay, and then 3 chapters. and Donna's prayer request. Y'all don't forget, she has prayer requests, and then Joanne's prayer request, and who else was it? Oh goodness, me of course. And y'all don't forget, if you don't have the book yet for the Bible study, if you want it on Kindle version, it is, I think it was $2.99. Let's see. Nope, that's not working. The paperback is still $8.99. The Kindle version is $2.99 right now. So if you want to have it, you can also read on your computer with a Kindle app. Yep, you can. You can read it on the computer. Yeah, pray for Amy's anxiety. I knew it was someone else. You can read it on computer. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on a Kindle Paperwhite. You can do it. I think Apple products you can do on tablets or Apple. What are they? iPads. You can do. I think Kindle apps are on almost anything now. Flora could tell you about the Apple products. Flora, do you want to give us an update on you with your surgery? I know you've talked to me some, but all the other ladies don't. They haven't talked to you. If you want to, I don't feel forced or nothing like that. She's doing good though. I'm just gonna tell you that she's doing good. From what I mean. And y'all that may not know, Flora's my sister. One of my sisters. I have a lot. I have 6 sisters and 1 brother. But we'll do 3 chapters next week. But I think that this week, it was short chapters, but I think we learned a lot about character. I feel like that's what I got from it, about having good character. And I'm going to do a video about the Bible study, but it's just going to be a video, not a live. Yes, you can on your iPad, and I'm doing well back at work, and the doctor says I'm an overachiever. She always has been. And he said it looks great. She's always been an overachiever, but that's some things it's good in. Some things she drives herself crazy in, just like, I do too. I drive myself crazy with some stuff, but we get stuff done, though, it seems like, most of the time. I'm dropping things. But anyway, I guess I'm going to go in a little while. Well, Herman changed shifts today, too. Is he on the horrible shift now, Flora? But you don't have to say. Anyways, I'm just doing like a simple meal tonight. So it'll just be me and Noah for eating supper together. And then Jeff and Noah are on the same. Yeah, I hate it too. I just had to go through that. It was terrible. Oh no. That means he's got it next month too. Also, our husbands work at the same place. Different lines, but same place, different departments, and different shifts. Don't know how that happened. They got jobs about the same time. But whenever they have, whatever shift they have on in December, they have it in January too. Which, when you have the horrible shifts, it's horrible. And yeah, am I the only one who likes their spouse on third shift? I guess. Well, here's the thing, Donna. If it was a constant, it might be different. But it changes every month for us. It's not the same every month. So, if it was a constant thing that we could get used to, our bodies could get used to, our brains could get used to, it might be different. But, he does your husband works from home. But did he always work from home? Like, has it always been that way? That's the difference, I think, too. But yeah, Um, if Jeff worked from home, I wouldn't care what shift he worked. Oh yeah, see, in the before he didn't. I didn't think he did. I thought you said he used to work um outside the home. Yeah, Jeff gets off. Jeff and Herman get off for Christmas and New Year's. They say it might be permanent at home too. Well, that's good. He'll be home unless he drives you crazy, which I would love for my husband to be home all the time. But Jeff gets off for Christmas. They shut down the whole plant for Christmas and stuff. Yeah, you working days. Yeah, I can understand you not liking it, Flora. Not unless you worked night shift. He sleeps in the days. I sleep at night most times. But with him being at home, it's a little bit different because you get to still see him if you want to. Go slap him off the bed and say, "Hey, wake up! It's time to talk to me." No, I'm just joking. Don't do that. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I enjoyed this study, and um, I say I regretted missing last week, but I don't because I had the baby girl. It was very enjoyable. Being operative, if being operative work, yeah. But that's how Cam's work shut down too. Yeah, that would be a dream come true if he was working from home. Yeah, years ago Jeff should have done something, but we were too scared. He could have, I'm sure, because of the talents he has, and I'm sure Herman could have too. But whenever you have young children and stuff, it's kind of scary to try to venture out on your own. But I don't know what I was going to say. There was something. I don't remember what it was. Okay. Trying to figure out what all, if I missed anything. I didn't. But anyway, I'm going to go and I will see you guys. Oh, I was talking about Julie Marie. I don't regret not having last week's study because I had her and that was fun. But, um, that's not going to be a all the time thing. So I knew it was just like one time. And she's doing well. Yeah, I enjoy the studies. I enjoy time doing this with you guys because y'all have feedback and we talk, and then some just watch after and on the replay because they work and they can't do it and stuff like that. So some people just get to see it later and say things in the comments. But I'm gonna go so that I can do some housework. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. And we'll do 5 through 7 next week. Yes, 5 through yeah. Okay, I wrote it down. I wrote it down. And if not, I can come back and look at this because it'll be there. Thank you again for hanging out with me. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels and be sweet.